I thank the gentleman from Louisiana. I rise today, Mr. Speaker, to discuss the misguided priorities of this chamber. At a time when Americans are facing extreme hardship, grappling with the highest rates of inflation in more than 40 years, $5 per gallon at least, workforce and food shortages, and unprecedented crime and illegal border crossings, House Democrats continue to ignore urgent matters and instead engage in deflection. For example, the majority scheduled 3 irrelevant bills for consideration on the House floor. The first allocated $1.3 billion in annual mandatory spending, Mr. Speaker, for a new regulatory agency to protect endangered species. This is the type of tone-deaf policy proposals that show Democrats are out of touch with the American people, unfortunately. The second bill brought up for consideration targets the Federal Reserve at a crucial time. The Federal Reserve is supposed to be an independent, non-political agency tasked with managing our nation's monetary policy. Yet House Democrats want to divert the Fed's attention away from addressing an impending recession and instead impose its woke agenda. Out of touch, Mr. Speaker. This truly defies common sense, in my opinion. Inflation hurts all Americans, regardless of race, and turning the Federal Reserve into a social justice warrior will only serve to compound the hurt for everyone, unfortunately, Madam Speaker. The third measure brought to the floor this week is more deflection. In essence, it adds more costs to U.S. producers. That's no way to do it. This will only serve to increase the cost of doing business. Those increased costs will get passed along to the consumer, like you and me. Another attempted distraction is the sham January 6th hearings hosted during primetime TV in a gross display of partisan gamemanship. These are not fact-checking. It's no secret I voted against the creation of this panel. It was clear from the onset that Democrat leadership had no interest in an open and unbiased review of what occurred that day when they denied all Republican named nominees to the panel. Any doubt that this would be anything more than a bogus made-for-TV drama was put to rest when footage surfaced that the committee was relying on teleprompters. And when ratings weren't good, they canceled or postponed hearings. My goodness. Madam Speaker, I will not be distracted from the real problems facing American families. I'll keep fighting to do the right thing by my constituents. If House Democrats had any sense of urgency, they would put aside the political charade and join me and my Republican colleagues to get the hard stuff done. Time is of the essence. The American people cannot wait any longer. Thank you so very much, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank you, my friend. That's so well said, and you're right. Time is of the essence, and every day that we belabor and continue these radical leftist policies, the American people feel more and more pain.
You're right. Absolutely.